In today's video, we're going to be talking about the precious metals and why I personally believe it's important to stack them in preparation for what might be the next currency after the dollar bill. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver and also gold, along with the potential next currency, what could be coming next, whatever it may be, and why I believe stacking the precious metals can help propel you forward if we were to see a currency transition. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today is Monday, May 17th, 2021. It's Monday. Let's get this currency. That's actually not even true. I'm filming this video on Sunday, believe it or not. So I don't even know what the spot price is going to be when the markets open up. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is as you're viewing the video. Today, I wanted to talk about a potential transition when it comes to currency. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what that might be or if it's even going to happen. I'm going to talk about some of my ideas, some of my concepts, and why I believe it's important to take your dollar bills, your currency, and convert them into precious metals or into other types of assets, whether it be land, whether it be houses, whether it be small slivers of some of the planet's largest corporations, whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're stacking the silver and gold, if you're investing in something, I want to talk about why I believe it's best to do things this way rather than just hold on to the cash. The reason I bring this up is because I've been talking about it for a couple of years now. I get comments left and right from people saying that the dollar is going to collapse tomorrow. People have been saying this for the 3.5 years that I've been stacking silver and gold for it. So far, the dollar has not collapsed. Now, I've been saying for a couple of years that I personally don't believe the dollar will collapse necessarily. I don't think it's ever going to get to the point where everything's up in flames and everything's terrible, horrible, and it's this big, massive, giant catastrophe and everyone's running around like chickens with their heads cut off and the sky is falling. I personally do not believe in that. I've never believed in that, and I've stayed as far away from that as humanly possible on this channel. You can go back and watch the videos that I've posted years and years and years ago, and you will see I've been very consistent. I personally do not believe the dollar bill is going to crash. However, I will say this. Some pretty odd things are going on surrounding our currency, surrounding the US dollar, and if there were to be some form of a transition away from the US dollar to something else, this is how I think it would go. I think we would go from A to B, A being the US dollar, B being whatever in the world could potentially be next. I think we would go from A to B over a very long, drawn-out, extended period of time. I'm talking about decades, aka the last couple of decades, aka potentially the next couple of decades. I think it's going to be a long, drawn-out process going from A to B. That way nobody's heavily affected by it. Nobody really notices what's going on. It's done over an extended period of time. That way there are a minimal amount of bumps in the road, and so that people on a large scale wouldn't really catch on or have all that much of a problem with it. We go from A to B. But here's the trick. Here's the tricky part. If and when we ever get all the way to B, what I believe it's going to be called or named or referred to as is A. See, if you change everything over an extended period of time, so slow and steadily that nobody notices, but you keep the name, no one bats an eye. Nothing changes. You're still paying in dollars, even if the dollar isn't even the dollar. That's what I personally believe could potentially happen down the road. Now, I could be completely wrong, by the way. I've been wrong in the past. I'll be wrong again in the future. This video, I just wanted to think out loud because I thought that this was pretty interesting, and I was actually doing quite a bit of thinking about this topic, and I figured it would make for a pretty good video. And don't worry, I will be intertwining precious metals momentarily. But the reason I wanted to talk about this is because that would be a rock-solid way of transitioning from A to B, in my opinion. Here is a really good example of someone else who did something very, very similar. Arguably the stupidest example, but a rock-solid example. MTV. Music television. I remember being a kid, MTV could be on 24 hours a day. All it was is music video, music video, music video, song, 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 new artists, new bands. Everything music. When's the last time MTV played a song? I personally don't know the answer to that question. I would assume probably years and years and years ago. I have no idea. It's all reality TV now. It's all ridiculousness and Jersey Shore and Kim Kardashian, that type of stuff. That has nothing to do with music. But they slowly changed it over time. Not too many people noticed because there was a very subtle transition, and all of a sudden MTV, music television, no longer plays music, but it's still called MTV. It's still MTV. That's still the name. Moving away from music and MTV, because that's not what the focal point of today's video is about, I just wanted to use them as a very brief example because I think they did a phenomenal job at transitioning from one to the other without anybody really catching on. Back to currency and money. This right here is the main reason I don't like holding on to dollars. I don't like holding on to fiat or currency or anything like that. I know that that's just for the short term. I know that it gets weaker as time goes by. Every day that goes past, the dollar bill depreciates and devalues just a little bit more. However, the way I see it, if I take my dollar bills and convert them into real, true, honest money, because that's something that you can't deny. That's something that you can't argue. That's something that you can't contest. The silver and the gold, that's real, true, honest money. It's always been money. It's been money for thousands of years. It'll always be money. You can't change money. You can change currency, but you can't change money. The silver and gold will always be money regardless of what currency we go by or what happens to our currency or anything like that. The silver and gold, which I'm holding on to, a physical, real asset that I hold in my possession, that I converted my currency into. Later on down the road, if our currency is changed, if there's a subtle transition, or if there's a blatant, massive switcheroo that screws everything up, regardless of how it's done or if it's done at all, if and when something comes next, a new currency, we will have assets that are worth whatever that potential next currency is, or whatever the next thing is to back our current currency. Because we go through phases with that as well. I mean, the dollar was originally backed by gold, but then we were taken off the gold standard. That was supposed to be temporary. We were supposed to be put back on, but we never were. No longer backed by gold. Some argue that the dollar bill is or was backed by oil. Now, whether that's something that you believe or not, is that sustainable for the long run? I would say probably no. Another argument is that the dollar bill is backed by debt. That's what I believe it's backed by. And I know that sounds dark, I know that sounds negative, but debt is not necessarily a bad thing. Debt is only bad to the person that's in debt. The person who owes money, that's the only person it's bad for. But the person who is owed money, best thing in the world. Have complete and total control over someone else financially. It's like competing for economic dominance in a way, but on a much smaller scale. So debt could be good, debt could be bad. I believe the dollar bill is backed by debt. Now, similar to being backed by oil, is having a currency backed by debt sustainable for the long run? Again, I would say probably no. So I don't know what the dollar bill is going to be backed by next. I don't know if the dollar bill is going to be transitioned into a completely different currency. I don't know if it's going to be called something else. I don't know if it's going to keep the same name. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know the secrets. I know what goes on behind closed doors, because that is absolutely not the truth. None of us do. And if somebody's going to sit there and tell you that they know what's coming, they absolutely know for a fact what goes on behind the scenes, they are lying to you. It's not true. A lot of people like to engage in fear-mongering. A lot of people like to lie. A lot of people are false prophets out there, but it's just not true. They don't know, I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows what's going to be going on years and years and years down the road. And I'm also not going to sit here and pretend like I know what the best thing our currency should be backed by. I'm not going to sit here and say that our dollar bill should be backed by this or it should be backed like that, because I'm just some guy on YouTube. What do I know? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an economist. Nothing on this channel is financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based on your conclusions, not mine. But the conclusion that I came to recently, just by simply thinking about all of this, if and when our currency were to transition from the US dollar to something completely new, we will have assets that can be bought and sold with whatever that potential new currency is. Whether you have physical silver and gold, you can convert that money into the potential new currency. If you own land, if you own properties, if you're into real estate, you will have something that can be sold for that new potential currency. If you own a small sliver of a massive corporation, aka stock market, you can sell your positions, you can liquidate for that new potential currency. But what's going to happen to the person who spent their entire life just hanging on to the old currency? What happens if you turn the TV on one day and all of a sudden everyone says, hey, starting next week, starting for your next paycheck, it's going to be in a new type of currency, and the old currency, that's obsolete, that's no longer, throw it away. What's that going to mean for the person who has $75,000 just sitting there in a savings account? Probably pretty detrimental. But what's it going to mean for the people who took all that old currency and converted it into real, true, honest money, or real, true, honest assets, real, true, honest investments, businesses, stocks, real estate, etc., etc., etc.? What's it going to mean for us? To be honest with you, it's probably not going to mean too much at all. It's not going to tear us apart. We're not going to come crashing down. We're not going to be crippled by it. We're going to be a whole lot better off. Now, I'm not going to say that investing or converting your dollars into silver or gold is a way of reaching invincibility, because that's not the truth either. But I personally believe, in my opinion and from my perspective, not a financial advisor, this is just for entertainment purposes, I think we're going to be a whole lot better off. Again, I just wanted to think out loud. It's something that I don't think I have ever really talked about on this channel before, but I'm very curious. If you guys can head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. And if you think a potential new currency or changing what our current currency is backed by will impact the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm posting exclusive VIP-only adventure vlogs. I also do giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. A bunch of brand new videos over there. One about ordering silver and gold online. One about teaching your kids about silver and gold. One about the tech stock sell-off we've been seeing. One about recovery stocks, one about the credit card crackdown, and a bunch of others. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 3,000 subscribers. We just hit 2,000, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. And of course, last but not least, the brand new DYDSS Karen-free zone t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug.
My name is not Karen.
Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything that I shared in today's video? Do you think we're going to see a full-on dollar collapse? Again, I personally do not think so. I don't think it's going to be this big, massive catastrophe regarding our currency. I think it will be, and likely has already been, a very long, drawn-out, subtle, and steady transition over an extended period of time. Years, decades down the road. Arguably, since the day we were taken off the gold standard. So that nobody notices, nobody's fazed, nobody cares, and eventually, we're somewhere brand new, and the overwhelming majority of people didn't even know we left. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.